So what I wanted to do tonight to be ahead of the curve and give you as much perspective as we can give you on the upcoming election, which we are now into high gear on. You know that if you watch the No Spin News and listen on the radio every day, we are devoting a lot of time to this vote. It's the most important vote of the 20th and 21st century because the country's veering. It's wobbling right now. And so we all have to get involved in this. So I asked myself, find me a guy or a gal who doesn't know yet who they're going to vote for. And most people don't want to admit that, but we did find a very esteemed guy, the president and CEO of the United States Hispanic Business Council. His name is Javier Palmares, and he joins us now from Dallas. We're happy to have you. Fill in a couple of blanks. You did vote for Biden last time. You have been in the presence of both President Biden and Donald Trump, so you're not some guy wandering around somewhere. You follow, So what's the holdup in deciding your vote? What's holding you back?
Bill, first of all, thank you for having me on. As you know, I run the United States Hispanic Business Council, and I have the privilege of advocating on behalf of the 4.5 million Hispanic-owned firms in this country that collectively contribute over $850 billion to the American economy. At the USHBC, the only thing we're prouder than being Hispanic is being American. As Americans, we insist on an administration that understands the challenges that our American small business community is facing. And this administration has done a terrible job of, understanding our challenges, understanding, the over-regulation, the taxes, the constant onslaught of challenges that are coming to the American small business community. And it's
Javier, give me one specific so people who aren't in the small business industry can know. Give me your big one. Why do you feel you're not getting a fair shake from the Biden administration?
On day one, President Biden, who I voted for, and as you rightly stated, I'm a Democrat. On day one, he took the most draconian approach and signed some of the most draconian legislation against the oil and gas industry. Now, on its face, it sounds fantastic, right? Everybody wants a clean environment. Everybody, including us. But that's short-sighted. He didn't understand the downstream effects. Look at the industries that hang off of our energy sector, the infrastructure industry, the construction industry, the agricultural industry, the manufacturing industry. And guess where our community works? Guess where we own our businesses? At the end of the day, we're the ones paying the taxes. We're the ones driving the American economy. America's small business community creates 70% of the net new jobs in this nation. It's not the big corporation, but we're left with whatever this administration decides. And sadly, in this administration, if you don't have a voice, you don't get a choice.
Okay.
We're trying to.
So like everybody else, Hispanic small business owners had to pay a lot more for almost everything because prices went way up based upon the Biden administration's attack on the fossil fuel industry. All right, I got that. Now, the polls show that many Hispanic Americans are trending toward Donald Trump because he'll knock all these regulations out. Certainly he will do that, and probably drop taxes for business to stimulate the economy. I would assume he would do that very short order. Do you see, though, because Trump is very hard on the border, very hard, that Hispanics are conflicted about voting for him?
No, not at all. The fact of the matter is, we polled over 2,300 of our own members and asked them, what are the key issues driving your decisions during this election? And number one was the economy. Number two was national security. Number three was, conflicted kind of response to number three, but it had to do with kind of where we are in terms of conserving democracy. But it was not in the way in which we've heard it. What our constituency meant when they said conserving democracy, it was stop the bickering, stop the drama, stop the theatrics. Both sides of the aisle need to start working together. So that's what they meant when they said, conserving democracy. And then finally, it was immigration. The fact of the matter is immigration is not the only issue to our community. In fact, it's not even the top issue. 32% of our constituents, number one issue, 32% said it was the economy. 30% said it was preserving democracy. 14% said national security was their top issue. And only 13% said that immigration was their top issue.
Interesting. Now, let's get back to Javier Palomares himself. It sounds to me like you're going to pull the lever for Trump. Am I wrong?
You know, I'm going to wait and see.
See what, though, Javier? What are you going to wait and see? It's pretty stark. What do you think? There's going to be more stuff?
You know, I think right now our nation is at a transit point. Certainly the Hispanic community, which right now is the most undecided and independent voting bloc in this nation. We want to see which of these two campaigns, which of these two choices is going to do some honest outreach to the Hispanic community and treat us the way we deserve to be treated. When you think about it, look at the amount of time that Joe Biden is spending with the African-American community. Now, that's good, and it's right, and he should continue it. But consider, there are more Hispanics in this country, legal Hispanics, not illegal immigrants, but legal Hispanics in this country than there are African-Americans and Asians combined. Every 30 seconds, a Hispanic turns 18 and becomes an eligible voter in this nation. According to his own Department of Labor, in the next decade, 70% of the new entrants into the American workforce will be of Hispanic descent. We're already the most employed demographic in America with an 86% employment rate. We should be getting the same level of care, attention, transparency, and frankly, just love that this administration has shown to other communities. I don't see.
Well, it's a pretty powerful message you're sending there, Javier. I ought to bring you back in October, if you don't mind, and see then what you've decided to do, because I think it's a fascinating situation. We really appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for helping us out.
You know, I'm a Democrat, but I love what you do. Please keep doing what you do. America needs.
Well, thank you.
God bless.
Okay. Let's see. Robert De Niro. I know you hear that name. Don't turn it off. Don't you dare. I know. All right, so he's supposed to get an award tomorrow, a philanthropic award. Apparently he's a generous man. Okay. The National Association of Broadcasters Leadership Foundation is going to give him an award. But now they pulled it. They said, hey, Bobby, can't show up. Here's why. Quote, while we strongly support the right of every American to exercise free speech and participate in civic engagement, it's clear that Mr. De Niro's recent high-profile activities will create a distraction from the philanthropic work that we were hoping to recognize, unquote. Okay, that's reasonable. So they pulled it. And this organization, of course, we checked them out. Here's in the past who have won recognition from them: Laura Bush, Nancy Reagan, Patti LaBelle, the singer, Lin-Manuel Miranda, John Legend, so John Bon Jovi. So they got conservatives and liberals there, as they should. I mean, they're generous people. So Bobby's not getting that award. Sorting through your expense tracking, estimated payments, and all those tax deductions can be overwhelming. It might even lead to a failure to file and failure to pay penalties that pile up on your tax debt. The attorneys at Tax Network USA have been lifesavers for many. Their team has successfully saved clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you're in the hole for $10,000 or starting at a $10 million debt, they are ready to help you. The expert attorneys and tax professionals at Tax Network USA are equipped to secure the best settlement for you and help you resolve all tax cases. So please go to tnusa.com/bill, or you can call 1-800-245-6000. These tax debt relief programs are expected to change, so get to them now. Visit tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Tell them O'Reilly sent you. California is being forced to repay millions, $53 million to the feds after an audit. Okay? California illegally gave Medicaid payments to migrants in this country illegally to the tune of $53 million. So remember, federal government gives states money to fund Medicaid. California used some of that money to pay for the bills, healthcare bills of people in the country illegally. So now I got to pay it back. This is all because of Governor Gavin Newsom, who, when he took over in 2019, California had a surplus of $22 billion. That means they had $22 billion more than they needed to pay the bills. Now, 5 years later, California is $520 billion in debt under Gavin Newsom. There you go, California. There you go. No way this man will ever run for national public. Well, he could run. He'll never win. Okay. The Center for Immigration Studies, which is a conservative outfit, okay, estimates that sooner or later, the federal government is going to provide amnesty for about 10 million migrants already here. Sooner or later. Okay. What will that cost in entitlements? $1.3 trillion. And you wonder why we have a $34 trillion debt? There you go. Washington Free Beacon. This is a newspaper, very conservative newspaper, all right? And it did an investigation into a lawsuit filed by Black Lives Matter Global Foundation against the Tides Foundation. This is a fascinating story. Again, you will hear this nowhere else. Okay. So, the Tides Foundation is backed by people like George Soros, and it raises money for progressive causes. So it raised, after the death of George Floyd, it raised an enormous amount of money for Black Lives Matter. But Black Lives Matter says that Tides Foundation didn't give it the money, $9 million. So they're suing. Black Lives Matter suing Tides. I would call George Soros in if I were Black Lives Matter. Anyway, Tide says, hey, we don't know where the $9 million went. You gotta love this. So this is a lawsuit in California. We're gonna follow it. Okay. Black Lives Matter says they got shorted $9 million that Tides Foundation raised for them. And the Tides Foundation doesn't say no. They say, we don't know where the money is. Okay, there you go. Smart Life, garlic. All right, I had some spaghetti and clam sauce last night at my local Italian place, and that was good. They know how to do it. That's a hard dish to make. But they put the little garlic chips in the sauce, in the red sauce. I take the garlic chips out. I'm not a big garlic guy. If Irish diets, if you go to Ireland, not a lot of garlic. Not a lot of onions, not a lot of peppers, not a lot of spicy stuff. Ireland is not India, okay? So my stomach, if I eat this kind of spicy stuff, little rebellion going on. So I'm not a big garlic guy. But, Nutrients Journal says if you eat a considerable amount of garlic, it's going to neutralize somewhat your sugar glucose, which is killing everybody with diabetes and obesity and all of that. So garlic basically wards that off, which is why I guess Dracula doesn't like it. So if you ever get attacked by Dracula and you have a garlic meal, he's going to leave you alone. Okay, he doesn't like garlic. But they say eat garlic because it's going to ease inflammation as you get older in your body, block free radicals. I don't really know who they are. The only free radicals I know are at Columbia University. And they will block unstable molecules. That doesn't sound good. And anyway, that's a Smart Life tip. And here is another Smart Life tip. If you ingest a lot of garlic, you must have gum, really good gum. No mints. Don't buy that mint thing. Mints don't work. That's 6-7 minutes. You got to get gum. You got to get that moisturize in your mouth, and you got to be powerful gum. Okay? Just a word to the wise if you want to have any friends. If you suffer from daily pain, I'd like you to listen carefully to this message. A safe and effective way to ease pain is taking the world by storm. Introducing 100% drug-free Conolidine. Conolidine has already helped more than 100,000 Americans beat pain. It is so effective, it was named the official pain reliever of the UFC. And those guys know about pain. Non-addictive, Conolidine optimizes your body's natural painkillers, bringing full body relief in 7 days or less, without a single documented side effect. Conolidine is the future of pain relief. Now the best part. When you go to trycono.com/Bill, you can get it for less than $1 a day. You really are just days away from being pain-free. Again, just go to trycono.com/Bill and see for yourself. As another critical election nears, America is gripped by anxiety. Recent studies show that 56% are feeling dread about the upcoming presidential vote in November. That's why I stand with AMAC. It's more than a senior discount organization. AMAC fights for common sense and a return to traditional American values. Visit amac.us/O'Reilly to grab an exclusive election year special, a 4-year AMAC membership for just $30. Members get access to money-saving benefits, the AMAC magazine, free Social Security and Medicare advice, a trusted voice in Washington, and a community of like-minded patriots. Take advantage of this election year special. 4 years for just $30. Be a part of the solution. By joining AMAC, you strengthen a movement dedicated to preserving our cherished principles. Please join now at amac.us/O'Reilly. That's amac.us/O'Reilly. Okay, here's final thought of the day. Mick Jagger, 80 years old. Rolling Stones. Keith Richards, 80 years old. Ronnie Wood, 77. They're running around the USA. They're doing concerts sold out. 80 years old, these guys. Okay, so they're in Orlando. And Mick Jagger says this. Go.
We've got some great local celebrities that have come tonight. You know, there's a lot of celebrities here in Florida. Tiger Woods is here, for instance. Johnny Fatoni's here. And the Backstreet Boys. And Ron DeSantis is up there in the suite.
All right, he's having a date night weekend. Just a jest, nothing big. Now, I've never met Jagger. All right, I don't know him. I don't hear good things about him. John Mulaney, the comedian, he did a hysterical bit about Jagger hosting Saturday Night Live. Just Google John Mulaney, Mick Jagger. It's just off the chart. Funny. Anyway, Jagger is worth $500 million. Richards, $500 million. So getting more. And there it is. So thank you very much for watching and listening across the country and the world to the No Spin News, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.